go river rafting just to get out of my doggone driveway today. Code to clear on this error that the faulty cam position sensor was throwing. I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing down and get it tested. Get some new tags on this bad boy because it's due. Actually, I think it's past due now. Yeah, I tried using my code reader to clear the codes on this thing. Didn't go so good. Cleared the codes out and cranked it right back up. Code come right back on. And it's largely just because it hasn't done the drive cycle thing. In other words, it may know it's fixed. Ooh, God. Yeah, it's time to go get de-shagified. But this thing may know it's fixed, but they don't want to admit it at the moment. Okay, it is getting on my nerves now. Yeah, I'll run my butt down here to the post office. That had me fix that Sony Vaio computer I did a couple videos ago sent me an HP, I believe it was, to look at for or two. Unfortunately, the HP wasn't as easy a fix as the Sony was. If she ever wants it fixed, I'm going to have to order a new motherboard for it. Because it's just gone. I mean, I took the memory out, the DVD drive out, the network card, just in case the little wireless network card, took that out. And the light comes on when you've got it plugged in with the battery in it. You take the battery out and have it just plugged into AC adapter, and the light comes on like it's actually charging it, even though it's not. But it doesn't even try to come on, not even a bit. You hit the button and nothing happens. No power, no post, no video. I am taking the laptop to the post office. She didn't want to fix it right now. Said she's got 3 other machines there. I don't know how she's going to make it with only 3 computers. I say that, but I literally do have an overabundance of machines. That's pretty good. Lady that was parked right next to us had a dog just like my wife's Great Pyrenees, the one I did the ride with. God, it's been over a year ago now. Almost a year and a half ago. Whew. Time sure flies when you get old. I know most people say when you're having fun, but not really having a whole lot of fun anymore. Just getting old. Don't have time for fun. Too busy trying to keep the bills paid. Holy cow. But anyway, so her laptop's mailed off back to her again. She should have it in a couple days. Probably Monday. Could have mailed it back out the next day, but this stupid thing sat there broke down for 2 weeks. ordered the crank position sensor first because that was the easiest one to replace. That's the one that goes on the front lower passenger side of the motor. Ordered that one, took the old one off, put the new one in, bolted it back up, little 8mm bolt, no problem. Didn't change a thing. Now the 1345 code, P1345, is actually the timing between the crank position sensor and the cam position sensor. The timing was off. So I bought the new crank position sensor and put in here. The guy I ordered the crank position sensor from does not exactly have what you'd call a reputable reputation on eBay. So while the crank position sensor I put in there was similar, it's not the same. And I don't know that the one that I had in there wasn't still good. So I may have just burnt $35 for nothing. But I've wasted more for less. I mean, so I need to get my neighbor to put his little whiz-bang code reader on here again and see if we can adjust the timing out perfectly like it's supposed to be again. Supposedly I can run it like this without a whole lot of problems, but we'll see. They've got a nice 1970 Monte Carlo out there for sale. Kind of wondering what they want for that one. That's nice. Don't like the color of it, but doesn't look like a factory color. That's why I don't like it. Anyway, I'm gonna see if I can get my neighbor to put his tool on here and get this thing locked back in like it's supposed to be. I do notice a difference in the way this thing the way this thing's running and the way it shifts between gears. But yeah, for 2 weeks, the first week I ordered the crank position sensor, and I was waiting for it to come in, and it finally came in at the end of the week. I told the guy when I ordered it, told him in the message, I need this as soon as you can get it to me. He's a power seller. He waited until the end of the week when I messaged him to see what the progress was, because as soon as I paid for it, he transmitted data to the post office. But he hadn't done a thing towards getting it shipped out to me. He didn't do that until I messaged him at the end of the week asking him where the heck's my part. Well, because he's a power seller, eBay won't let you go in there and put a negative post on as soon as you get the part. The part worked. I wasn't dogging him about that. If it didn't work, this thing wouldn't be running right now. But whether it's the right one or not is another story, because I still haven't got everything lined up perfect. So I'm basically going to have to wait until we try to adjust this thing out and see if it's going to work right that way or not. I kept the old one. I've still got the old one in the back here. But I won't know until that's all adjusted out if everything's like it should be and that thing's doing its job right or not. But I went ahead and put a neutral post on there saying that the crank position sensor is working, but it took forever shipping it to me even after I put the request in for it to be urgent. He didn't offer a faster shipping option, and I probably wouldn't have gotten it even if I'd paid for the faster shipping option, the way this guy was working his things. But anyway, as soon as I got it and put it on, and it didn't make any difference, I immediately went in and ordered the distributor. Well, I counted on the distributor taking 4 or 5 days to get here. It took almost 7 days to get here. So, of course, the last video you saw was the night I put it in, which was now 3 nights ago. And it was basically a matter of taking all the junk off the top of the motor, all the intakes, the air intake stuff. Took all that off, unplugged the 2 sensors that plug into the air intake, laid it over to the side, unplugged all 8 of the spark plug wires and the coil wire, took the cap off, just pulled that 13 millimeter bolt that holds the distributor on, took it out, lifted the one up, set the other one right back down in its place. It lined up perfect, exactly in the same spot that the other one was in. And as you saw in the video, got done putting it all back in, buttoning it all back up, making sure everything was tight. Put it all back together, climbed in the truck, fired it up. Didn't even seem like the starter hit a lick before it was running. So, she wants to go. Just whether or not she can do it economically is another story. And that's really all this sensor stuff is. Just a matter of getting it to where the both of the sensors were registering on the computer. And I'm not sure, just driving it like it is, that light won't go out on its own. It very well may. It may just be one of those things where you just got to drive it. Drive it, keep starting it, stopping it, the whole nine. It's got a drive cycle. Like when you put new O2 sensors on and you try and clear the codes. A lot of times it's not the codes that actually have the problem, it's not the computer that actually has a problem with the codes. It's just that you got to drive cycle it or it won't work. I'm gonna go get my did, and then I'm heading back home. Shave today. How about that mess? Anyway, I'll cut you off for now. Cut you back on when I'm done. And done! Didn't get very warm today at all. It's kind of surprising. Because from what I understood from the weather forecast, it was supposed to be back up in the 80s. It's okay though. I may go home and cut grass. My neighbors will really love that because it hadn't been cut yet this season. It's been a pretty full day. I worked a full shift, got off and went to the post office, went to Walmart, went to get my hair cut. Blew about $150 I didn't want to spend. But I guarantee you one thing, I'm going to be eating decent for the next couple weeks. Now, what about the rest of my family, you ask? There's only one person there that can't go get something of her own. And that's the youngest daughter. She's 16. If we had our stuff together, she'd be driving and she could go get her own stuff and have a job and everything else. We don't have our stuff together. Our 18-year-old, as I said before, saw fit to evacuate the premises before she even finished high school. She came over today and got her stuff and then just left like we kicked her out or something. And nobody kicked her out, she kicked herself out. Either way, she's gone. So all we got's the youngest one to make sure she's got something to eat, and she's usually got plenty in there. My wife keeps their freezer all stocked up. The oldest boy's still at home. He's actually getting his stuff together before he gets out into the world, which I can understand. Don't like it, but I can kind of understand it. But so things are kind of getting on a little more even keel now. But yeah, didn't want to spend that $130 or was it $153. Didn't want to spend that. But yeah, since I have, like I said, at least we'll have something decent to eat. And it's not junk. A lot of it's healthy food, actually, like corn on the cob that you can cook in the grill, and some steaks. I haven't had a steak in so long, I'm about to forget what the heck they taste like. Pork tenderloin. Got some sausages that I slice up and put in rice. Got some more rice. Got me some more Texas toast for my... I love Texas toast with butter and Nutella. That is the stuff. Anyway, I got that. Not Nutella. I've still got a great big monster jug of Nutella at the house, half full. And some corn dogs. Didn't get any mustard. Dadgummit. I knew I was forgetting something. Anyway. Little piddly things here and there, nothing major. I might have to get on to my son about driving through my yard. Little genius thinks since he's got a four-wheel drive that he can just kick it down in four-wheel drive and go rolling through the yard, leaving ruts and everything else. That's not going to cut it. Anyway, I'm back home. Thank you guys for watching, and you have a great day.